Gardnora! Upbreak! Out!
Your Majesty, Captain Tom Holmes in charge of the Guard of Honour. The Guard of Honour is drawn from the 2nd Eastern Brigade, the Air Corps and the Naval Service. The Guard of Honour is ready for your inspection, Your Majesty.
Well, the Queen now invited to inspect that Guard of Honour made up of the Army, the Air Force and the Navy. But the playing of the national anthems there with the 21-gun salute echoing in the background and guns being fired in welcome, not in anger.
I mean, yes, if you think, let's pause for a second and reflect on the bloodshed, not just on the 3,000 people who lost their lives in the 30 years of the Trouble, but of the thousands who died, people who were killed here in Ireland, people who were killed in Britain in the conflict that took place between these two nations. And to see Her Majesty now moving along and inspecting a Guard of Honour drawn from the Defence Forces of an independent Irish state, and doing so as a welcomed guest.
I'm reminded of the visit of the future King John to Ireland back in 1185 when he ruined the future history of Anglo-Irish relations by pulling his Irish reception party around by their long flowing beards. That was the Irish dress code at the time, and the great offence was taken to this, and men who had previously acquiesced in the new English lordship of Ireland were pushed into rebellion at that point. And we've spent all this time recovering all of that lost ground.
Yes, 1185 seems a very long time ago when you look at what we're seeing now, where a very dignified reception, it seems to have been a very warm reception, a very relaxed reception given to Her Majesty the Queen, the first state visit to Ireland by a British monarch for 100 years, as she walks along the line of young servicemen and women drawn from the three forces of Ireland at the start of this 4-day state visit, which will take in moments of high political symbolism, historical importance, but as Fergal, as you were saying, also the aspect of the Queen, which, you know, racehorsing as well, the English market in court.
Indeed, and, you know, going to see some of our best entertainers in the next 24 hours, not far from where we're standing here in Dublin. The Old English Market in Cork, the city that I come from, I think she's going to have a wonderful time there because it's earthy, real Ireland. There'll be no holding back the people.
Yes, and I should imagine that is what they want, to feel that it's not just the state ceremonial, important as that is, that there is also a connection made with the ordinary people.
Yes, indeed, and you know, in various parts of the country she may get the opportunity to do that. She's also going to see Cashel of the Kings, the Rock of Cashel, and it's only called Cashel of the Kings because that was where the ancient kings of Munster were inaugurated. So, you know, there is that royal connection with Ireland's past coming through all the time. And indeed, her own ancestor, Brian Boru, would have been on the rock of Cashel himself 1,000 years ago.